you are consistently concerned with, focused on how you feel. If you are emotionally happy, you could survive or deal with any amount of physical pain, as many have done. At least for me, and I can only speak for myself as a channeler, is that I don't know who's going to come through. I don't have a command of that. The only thing I have a command of, if I may use that word, is that I only allow the highest intelligence and high vibrational spirit guides to come through, because we live in a spirit world. There's spirits where you guys are watching from right now. Some are friendly, some are just going to stay out of your way, and some are spirit guides, and some like to kind of stir the pot. Spirit guide. Now, spirit guides are highly evolved teachers that do not incarnate on the planet anymore. They travel with you through lifetimes. You have what is called your spirit team. You know, Red Eagle has been with us. He's our gatekeeper. Those are the spirit guides that you might say manage the staff. They're the ones that make sure everything happens right and nobody comes into this house who isn't pre-approved and of the highest vibration. That's your gatekeeper, guys. And so definitely do meditations to find out about that. Now, you guys who have been watching, if you're just tuning into us and discovering us for the first time, where have you been for 20 years? We've been out here channeling for 20 years all over the world. But thank you for joining us. There's some very fascinating channelers out there, whether it is Daryl Anka and Bashar, or Esther Hicks and Abraham, or Jane Robertson Seth, right? I think that I can speak for all of us when we say our mission is to surrender, to allow the guides to come through with the most potency. They all have different voices, characteristics, mannerisms, inflections, and that's the way they're using your physical body to come through.
So if you just clear your space and close your eyes for a second, or pull over, or just take a moment to drop in. And this is a moment for you to receive, and take a deep breath. Release. And just prepare your body and your being to receive information.
I'm Phineas.
Hi, Phineas.
And so the conversation continues that you have endless lives.
Yes.
And yet, something to add to that is that your life is multidimensional. You are coexisting not only with those who are sharing your path, but you are coexisting with other versions of yourself that exist. We are not speaking merely of the parts of you that are unresolved emotional versions of yourself. Simply put, the one who is traumatized. Or you might say, there is the work version of me, there is the play version of me, there is the romantic version of me, and there is the sibling version of me. Your identities, your roles. Do you follow?
Yes, but you're not saying that you created another being. Like perhaps my mom is not a version of me.
No.
Okay.
These are but, you might call them, cast members that you have cast in this ultimate game, if you wish to use that analogy, or video game. Though, you see, we refrain from using this metaphor too much, for you might then associate this notion of games with a lack of reality or depth, or that you may just simply turn it off, or that it is not real, you see. And that there is another far more important reality, the person who is in the master control room. But then, if you are in the master control room playing these video games, as you call it, in different aspects of your life, then what is the purpose of the person who is the master controller? Where are they exactly? Are they living in a physical space that you may regard as three-dimensional, where you can touch things, or are they an energetic, free-form, living entity? Perhaps you believe that is what you are, for as spirit you are all things. Now, at this point in the conversation, perhaps you may suddenly jump to, well, what is reality then? And yet the conversation was birthed by your wanting to know certain things about the navigational aspects of living this journey, this path that you call your spiritual path. And if we may begin there, then we are very pleased to assist you.
Can you also add the word focused? I notice that you have brought that word up many times, and the guides bring up the word focused reality, where your focus is. I've been meditating on the word focus all week, trying to understand and realizing that I only know probably consciously a tidbit of what that word means. And if I were to really understand what the word focus means, like, I don't even know if anybody on the planet really understands what the word focus means, because to put the words together, focused reality, that alone is life-changing if you really break it down. So I'd love for you to talk more about focused reality.
In the terms of your practical life, you are focused on a task.
Okay.
The task at hand currently is that you are in this conversation, in a channeling conversation, and you are recording it for the purposes of broadcast and this distribution of information. And that is the purpose, that is the task that you are. You also have a task that you might call it to be a secondary task. You wish to be of a certain posture in your body and a certain intonation of your voice, so that your communication is clear. You also have other parts of yourself that after this recording and transmission, you will do other things. And there are the parts of your consciousness that are actively preparing yourself for that. In fact, the very cells in your body right now know that in several hours you might be ready for a nap or a sleep. You also know that the cells that comprise your physical body, forming your organs and every other part of your physical existence, are conscious, that they respond to information. They are responding to the vibratory impulses that are then released from your focus. You may say from my emotional state, but you see, your focus is your emotional state. Your emotional state is your focus. You are consistently concerned with, focused on how you feel. If you are emotionally happy, you could survive or deal with any amount of physical pain, as many have done.
Hello, sacred ones. I am intuitive empath Araya, and I'm the wife of psychic medium and trance channel Riz. We're both podcast hosts with the video you're watching right now, and we're also shamans in real life for over 15 years, working with thousands and thousands of people. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce our 7-module spiritual relief course, a comprehensive heart-centered program designed to help you break free from stress, heal emotional wounds, and awaken your inner wisdom. In this course, you'll dive deep into 7 immersive modules featuring 39 deeply channeled ebooks, 30 practical workbooks, and 9 inspiring talks. Over 650 pages of transformational teachings and guided meditations await you, offering a unique blend of ancient wisdom and modern techniques. Each module is crafted to help you gain clarity, release limiting beliefs, and reconnect with your true self. If you're ready to elevate your life, embrace your inner magic, and step into a space of profound peace and empowerment, click the link below to learn more and join our sacred community. Your journey to spiritual relief and lasting transformation begins now. So go now and get your access so you can start studying right away and learning about what you can do to help you release your pain, your fears, and your blocks fast.
As a mother yourself, you will know that in the birthing process, knowing what will come from the pain that you endure during that labor, the work, that your focus must be on pushing the baby out, and of course in perfect synchronization and synergy with the child itself, who wishes to be born also. And so those energies are combining. There is a joint focus there. Though the experience is painful for both, one would assume, even for the baby. But knowing the directive, the focus is on the light that is above or ahead, is calling you forth from the very deepest parts of your own self to come forward. That is what a focus is. In fact, even if your observation were turned to the lenses on your cameras and devices, your zoom lens, it is a more focused, pinpointed observation of something, isn't it?
Right.
And so that lens currently, in certain formats, would physically then telescopically move forward. Now you have other technology where it does not need to do that. But the principle is the same, isn't it? It is to zoom in that sense. And so your focus is one of your physical reality at the moment, and then you have a wider focus, you might say, where at this moment, as you are looking at Riz channeling, you are also seeing behind him your studio and the walls. And though you are not focused on them, you are aware there is a wall behind him, yes?
Yes.
And you are aware that there are sources of light. Though you're not focused on them, all you simply need to do is to turn your focus to it. Now, this may seem to be a very simple discussion, that one might say, well, wherever you look, that is what you see. But you see, there are far more profound layers that you may uncover here, for it is the nature of your focus that shall determine the reality that you experience.
When I focus on something, I feel like I'm gathering energy. It feels powerful. I feel like I'm focused and intentionally putting it in a directive. So it's kind of like a tunnel. It's like focused in a place, like a pinpointed place. And I feel like I'm bringing in resources to do that. It's like a feeling. And I'm just, when you say this is our focused reality, and you, like in the dreams time, so this is no longer our focused reality. So we're dreaming. So now we're focused on a different reality.
And yet the cells of your body, while you are dreaming and you are experiencing a different visual and emotional reality, though your physical body is quite very much still in the bed, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so the cells of your body are doing their regulatory practices of making sure that your physical system is in some version of homeostasis, that you're still breathing and your heart is beating and your various organs are not only functioning but resting. There are processes of the body that you are not consciously, in your current state of consciousness, you see, you have many levels of consciousness. You are consciously activating and interacting with your physical body, even in sleep. Yet it is, you might say, very far back in your consciousness.
I see.
You cannot do anything unconsciously. There are simply layers of consciousness.